And my style is, I endeavor to blow the mind. So it's always in silence, and the people come in, and that's my, you know, and I'm just saying this for the people listening, but all I need to do is get out of the way.
Yes.
Yeah, and the intention is in the space. So the only thing needed from me is to get out of the way.
Yes.
So once I sit with the beings, immediately the energy in the room, it's like it starts to come through me, and then my voice begins to speak to that. So I don't have something pre-recorded, or I have no idea what's coming, and it's in response to the energy that's in the space.
Yes.
So through that, in this awareness, there is a sensing of everything that's in the space, and the words speak directly to every aspect that's here. And I feel it in my body when there's a dropping, because it's being spoken to, it's being heard, and then they relax and let go. And that continuously happening for about 45 minutes, there's this dropping and dropping and dropping. And once I sense the dropping and enter into the vastness, then Shakti begins to arise.
Yes.
So as she begins to arise, then there is this experience of kind of bliss filling the space.
Yes.
Beauty and bliss. And then I begin to speak to that and evoke more of that.
Yes.
That's what comes through. So the room becomes more and more filled with this potency that is undeniable.
Yes.
So that speaks for itself. That is, I don't have any work to do, because that is the space that creates the space for anything and everything to then come forward and unravel within this love, within this truth, within this Sat Chit Ananda.
Yes.
And so once that's there, it's like they've dropped, because they sense it and they experience it directly. So it's not, they already get it, that it's not something to believe from me. It's already in it. So once that's, I won't open the meeting until the room is filled with this potent aliveness. If it takes an hour, I'll go an hour. But that's I don't open the meeting until that's dominant. And of course, I feel in my body, I feel if there's mind stories and chatter going on in the heads, I speak to that. I call on that. So once it opens, then it comes by, it comes by itself. I would just meet the eyes of whoever, and it just comes so precise and so accurate and so boom and boom and boom and boom, and it's beautiful for me to actually witness the happening of that, or see how precise that is, because it's not mine. I couldn't do it.
Right.
And so once and then I've kind of spoken to the level of understanding that's in the room, the level of maturity that's in the room, because it's a different language, right?
Yes.
It's a different language if you're sitting in a room of people who are just beginning and coming to this.
Yes.
People who've been walking this way for many, many years. It's a different language. So once that is dancing, then I will open the space and say, invite any questions or any confirmations or any sharing, and then I work one by one, but one-on-one. One.
Right.
It's very important to me that there's only one in the room, and even none but that one.
Yes.
you know, so it's never becomes a conversation. It's not a conversation. It's just the dominance is, the presence is speaking louder, and the words happen, the interactions happen within that.
Yes.
And each interaction leads to a deepening of that recognition.
Yes.
So when we, like in a retreat, when we first skim off the surface and we take away the surface questions, it might take a couple of days to finish the mind's yes buts.
Right.
And then, boom, when there's no more yes buts left, there is this, like what you were saying, like this letting go and this openness. And then from there, what's in, because I very much always include the daily life and the patterning and the fears and the challenges and the difficulties and the struggles and the relationship problems, whatever it is. People might come and sit in the hot seat with me and bring up this whatever, and together we will walk through an interaction that collapses that into a seeing that brings that being into their own realization, their own seeing, their own vroom, and then that leads to the next. And and I also love to include dance. I always
what fun!
Great music on before the sessions, and people get the chance for half an hour, 45 minutes, to just really let go through the body.
Yes.
And yeah, this after a few days is just like full of a lot of joy, depth, recognition, and there might be deep unmet trauma coming up from the basement.
Sure.
Coming out, and it's held.
Yes.
You know, it's like, it's as if it knows this is the space that it can come out into. And I invite the whole room, everybody, to be present with this, to be the space for this, to be the loving space for this to unravel. So I just keep everybody right here being the space while that takes care of itself in whatever way. And then that might trigger the next one to come out.
Yes, sometimes. Absolutely.
Yeah. But it's always been important to me from the beginning of these sharings that people don't just walk away with an expanded experience of direct realization and walk out in space and now they don't know how to deal with their life.
Yes.
It's always been really important for me to make it clear that this experience will pass, you know, and everything will all come back. And how we meet that, how we walk with that, how we face that, how we integrate. So that's always been an important part of it for me.
Oh, sounds beautiful.
Yeah, I enjoy.